Hey guys, it's Fonzie with Dip Your Car, and we have an awesome video for you today. We are going to mix together, you and I, and Gabe, he's right over there, a custom green. A green that we've never made before because it's going to be a combination of a whole bunch of different components. And I have no idea what ratios of what components we're going to do because we're doing it witch's brew style. I love stuff like this. Bucket, add stuff in until we get where we want, spray it on the car and cross our fingers and hope that it looks good. It's 92 degrees in the booth today, so we're definitely going to sweat. Enjoy the video. All right, let me show you all the different components that we're working with today. Now, we are doing something different. We are really genuinely starting from scratch here with this color because the 2 gallons that I have right here are PDS tint base. That means they are milky white gallons that have no color, no tint at all. So we're really starting with a blank canvas and building a color from the ground up. So let me show you what we have as far as color. We have 4 different tints here to work with. The first one is hunter green. The second, electric lime green. The third is the grass green. And the fourth one I have is yellow, just in case we want to pull it in one direction or another. As far as metallics that we may or may not add to this color, we have carbon green pearl, teen green pearl, radioactive green pearl, and olive honey. Olive honey is kind of that wild card because it's kind of green, kind of yellow, kind of gold. Nobody can really ever describe it. And I think it may fit really well. So first things first, let's get the 2 gallons of tintable base into the bucket. You can just see how unpleasant that color is. This is not something you'd want to spray on your car without any tints in it. But it does a really good job at accepting pigments. So what I'm going to start with here is the grass green, because I think that's a really neutral color green, and we can go lighter or darker from that. Now, normally you want to have about 1 of these tints per gallon of tint base, and we don't want to over pigment. We're not going to end up with all 4 of these tints because if you over pigment, then the ratio changes the product a little bit and it won't perform as it should. I can't promise we're not going to put all 4 tints in, but you're not supposed to. So grass green tint is in. Let's get that mixed up to start with. Now, when we're all done with this, you guys know Gabe is going to come in with the dispersion blade and the drill and really blend this up properly before we spray it. Okay. Now, from here, do we want to go brighter or deeper? That's the question. I think we throw some hunter green in there, deepen it up a little bit, and then bring in the electric lime as we need it. Hunter green is just kind of like a forest green. Drop about half in. See where it brings our color. It's just going to deepen it up a little bit. I think we might want to grab the rest of that hunter. Hunter green is not the strongest tint. When you apply it over like an avalanche base, you need quite a number of coats to get full coverage. All right, so we're definitely deeper than grass. All right, now, do we add any pearls before we add? Not yet, we keep going with the tint. Okay. Drop a little electric lime in there. Gabe's in the background just nodding me along. All right. Now the question is, how much electric lime before we completely ruin the color? This stuff is way, way, way brighter than everything else we've been working with. So I'm going to start with just about that scientific measurement. It's not pulling it too far. Ah, yeah, there it goes. It's brightening back up. A little bit more. All right. And mean, it's not the most exciting green. It's kind of regular. Let's see if we can see where we can bring it with some pearl, and then if we have to bring more tint in, we will. I want to use the olive honey right off the bat. I'm just being honest. I like this pearl a lot. It's got some gold flair to it. It's not really a true green. So in goes the olive honey. Let's see what this does. It's almost got like a mustardy kind of color to it. All right, well, it's in there, but it's not really setting the world on fire. I think I'm going to pull the radioactive in. See if we can spice this baby up a little bit. As you can tell, we genuinely have no idea, no plans here. It's really just about organically making a color we think that might look good. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now, I do want to tell you, the metallic in this color would probably hide pretty well if we just sprayed it like this, but we are planning on sealing this color with glossy top coat afterwards, so that'll really help the metallic pop. All right, we've got a very neutral, grassy, kind of evergreen with a moderate, subtle metallic effect. So we've got teen green and we've got carbon green left. I think teen green would get eaten up pretty quick. The carbon is kind of the wild card of the bunch. Carbon? Gabe's not so sure. And when he gets a little bit timid about things, it's usually when I push forward. So in goes the carbon, which has kind of like a greenish / bluish effect depending on what color or what lighting you're in. All right. There's a lot going on in there. I'm not sure how much of it you can see, and I can see that carbon green really swirling around now. I don't know how compatible that was, if I'm being totally honest. But it is going to add, I think, a little bit of a blue hue in certain lights. So let me see if I can show you guys exactly what we're working with here. So there is metallic going on. There's some flare. All right. Do we dump the teen in? Is there anything else you want to throw in this mix while we've got the opportunity? Or do we just spray it as it is? It's a very saturated green. It's kind of a mid-tone.
I think the teen will add more metallic.
Dump it in? Okay. I mean, how could we not, right? It's sitting right here. It's like an aqua seafoam. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, does it? I mean, does anything we do make sense? All right, that went straight in. We've officially gone off the deep end. I have a funny feeling, though, that this level of silliness is probably what people are most interested in with mixes like this. Because if we just did things that made sense, I think it would be a little bit boring, right? We've got to take the risk. That's how you get the reward. You take the risk. Actually, you know what, dude? That was the move. Because it added just a little bit of a bluish, silvery kind of flair to it. All right, final look at what we're working with here. Let me see. All right. Yeah. All right. Now the fun part. Spray it on the car, see how it dries. All right, guys, we're all done with today's project, and personally, I'm very happy with the way that it came out. The color on the car almost looks like an OEM green, but maybe too playful of a green to be OEM, if that makes sense. But projects like this, they're not all about trying to find or make the perfect color. It's all about having fun during the mixing process. And I had a ton of fun making this video. I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. So now we're gonna take our creation that we made together outside. I want you to take a look at this color and you know what to do. Rate it in the comment section below, 1 through 5. 1, you're not feeling it. 5, you love it. If you wanna dip your own car, click right up here. It'll bring you to all our colors and car kits. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. If you want to see more videos like this with the Witch's Brew style, you gotta let me know because your feedback helps steer us in the right direction for future videos. It's Fonzie. I'll see you on the next one.